All right, guys. So the other day, one of my followers asked me if I would do Back to the Future. I told them that I would, you know, it would be in my reviews coming soon. And I'm very glad that they asked it because Back to the Future is one of the best franchises. And even the film, just by itself is one of the best films, ever created. If you don't know, it's PG. Came out in 1985. It's an hour and 56 minutes. The whole premise of this film is Marty McFly. Um, he ended up going back in time to when his parents met, and he messes it up. So he goes through the whole film trying to find a way home, trying to, you know, trying to get his parents back together so that he still exists in his time. Because he goes back, I think he goes back 30 years. And, what made the time machine, work was plutonium. And you can barely find it in 1985, let alone in the 1950s. So, I think, yeah. Sorry, I'm bad with math. Anyway, so Marty McFly is played by Michael J. Fox. You have the brilliant scientist who made a time machine out of a DeLorean, Christopher Lloyd, who plays Dr. Emmett Brown. And then we have Leah Thompson, who plays Lorraine Baines, who is Marty's mom. We have Crispin Glover, who plays Marty's dad, George McFly. And then we have Tom Wilson, who plays Biff Tannen, who is the big bully in this whole film. And we have a little things, we have James Tolkien, who plays Mr. Strickland, and we have Billy Zane, who plays one of Biff's buddies, Match. So, like I said, the whole film, Marty goes back in time, and he has to bring his parents back together because he ends up messing it up by getting hit by his grandfather's car, which is how his parents got together, because it was like a Nightingale effect. And so the whole film is absolutely hilarious. There are plenty of times to, you sit there and you're wondering how, after all this time, is a Robert Zemeckis film so, well known. And simply because it was crafted very well. Now, you'll hear stories, especially from Crispin Glover, that, that he was trying to question stuff and Back to the Future franchise screwed him over. And it's true, they did. And I'm sure Crispin, asked questions because he's a phenomenal actor. So he's gonna, if something doesn't resonate, he's gonna ask. And, that's something that Hollywood never really goes well with, is basically back talk by the actors. But when you have, appearances by Michael J. Fox, who was stellar at that time. I mean, he still is. He has Parkinson's, and he could still watch. He could still make a movie, if his illness let him, and everyone would watch it. He goes to Comic-Cons, and everyone's willing to pay the money that he asks for. So it's like there isn't, usually in films, especially in the 80s, there was always that one person that you didn't like. But Christopher, Michael, Leah, Crispin, Tom, you loved everybody in this film because when they played their character, it was 110%. They didn't hold anything back. And that's why everybody loves Back to the Future, because it's something you can relate to. It's not grotesque. It's not, like you could watch this with children of any age, because there are some romantic scenes, but excuse me, it's not overpowering, You can just go with the flow. Now, IMDb gave it an 8.5 out of 10, which I agree 110%. It's one of the best films, like I said, that I've ever watched. But, I give it a 5 out of 5 because, not only was, Michael J. Fox not originally the choice for Marty McFly, but when he got the chance, he didn't let it slip through his fingers. So, sadly, there is no place to watch this, which blows my mind because you'd think a film like this would always be on a streaming service. But give it a watch if you haven't seen it already, and if you have, tell me how much you love it too. Because, they're talking about remaking this, and that's the biggest mistake because you will not be able to get the chemistry between this group. Let me know.